Hi everyone, let's do our next lesson, which is 2.4, and here we will be working on the quadratic equation, but this used to be our original function. This is how we started, um, but today we will be working on quadratic functions where we have, instead of just x squared, um, you have a coefficient next to it, so it will be looking like 2x squared or 4x squared or things like that. Okay, so how you deal with when you have a number or a coefficient right in front of your x squared term. So let's get started. So Optima, she makes the quilts, and she started with the basic quilt that has one of the side x, the other side is x. So if this is x and this is x, then this whole area for her was x squared. But now the customers, they are ordering 4 blocks of the basic size. So in math, we write down 4 of x squareds, but if you draw the area model for it, then you will be saying, so this was our one basic one, but she has 4 of those kinds, so you will have 4 of them. So x and x, so x squared, another x squared, another x squared. So x, 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 x. So the sides are x for them, as they are square, so this is x. This has to be x. Together the area is 4x squared. So we will say the area of the quilt will be 4x squared. Okay. Now let's do second one. And in that one, the customer service representatives, they find an envelope that has these 2 blocks. Okay, and then if we write down the equivalent equations for the area for these, so you can see they are 2 exactly same looking blocks. So if we write down, so let's find out the side for it. So this is your x and this is your 1. So there are 3 ones. So side is x and then there are 3 ones. So the side will become x plus 3 and this side will also become x plus 3. Then inside area will be x squared, and these 3 are x's, because x times 1 is x, and then all these are 1's. Okay, same thing here, so you will have x squared, x, 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 and then these all are 1's. Now this is x, these are all 1's, which is x plus 3 altogether. This is also x plus 3 altogether. Then you can also see 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, this is how you find out. So now if you count what is in the middle, so we will say ax. Okay, or before that, let's find out what is the side. So for this one is x plus 3, x plus 3. So area for this one will be x plus 3 and square of that. For this one also it will be x plus 3 and the square of that. If we find out that if we count the tiles, then the area will be x squared, and then there are 6 of them, so 6x, and there are 9 of them, so 9. Same thing here, so you will have x squared plus 6x plus 9. But because the customer ordered 2 exactly same blocks, so then the area of the both the blocks will be ax. Since there are 2 of them, so we will say 2 times x plus 3 square of that, and then these are two of them, so 2x squareds, and then you have 6 and 6, so 12x, and then you have 9 and 9, so 9 plus 9 is 18. So the area, when you are looking at the side dimensions, then it's this. If you are looking and counting the tiles or the blocks inside, then the area is this. Okay. Now this one is, we have to write the equation for area. If they receive 3 blocks, okay, that are each square dimension, now increased by 2, that means if you are drawing it, then if this is x, this is original x, but it is increased by 2 inches, so this is 1 and 1, and because this is square, so the other side will also be this. Okay, but there are 3 of those blocks, so we will be having 3 of the same kind. So one more. So this is x and 1 1 x and 1 1. So then inside it will be x squared, x, x, x and x. Now these are 2. 2 times 2 will be 4, and look how they are 4. So there are 3 exactly identical blocks that we have. If we write down the area for this using the sides, then it will be x plus 2 and square of that. For this one also x plus 2 square of that, x plus 2 and square of that. So basically there are 3 of them. Then if we are writing the area counting the tiles inside, so you will have x squared, then you have 4 of the x's, so 4x, and then you have 4 of the ones, so plus 4. Same thing for this and same thing for that. Now let's write down, so ax, the area for all of them will be, there are 3 of these, so 3 times x plus 2 and square of that. Now there are 3 of these, so it will be 3 times x squared plus 4x plus 4. If you multiply this 3 inside, then it will be 9x squared. Oops. If we are multiplying it inside, then it will be 3x squared and then 12x and 12. Okay. Now let's continue. And now remember she had a dog and he chews. So here we are. So dog again chewed her blocks. So we have to complete the squares to calculate the area of it. So you can see there are 2 blocks, okay, 2 exactly identical blocks. So we have one block and another block, okay. Now you will, because there are 2 of them, so then you split them. So you divide both of them by 2. So each one will have x squared plus 4x, and the other one will also have x squared plus 4x. So now this 4 you split, so 2 will go on this and 2 will go on this side. So 2 x's will go here, together they will be 4 x's. This is x squared and this is x and then 1 1, so x plus 2. Same thing here, we have identical blocks, so x squared, xx, xx, and then these are ones. This is x plus 2, x plus 2. So then if we rewrite it to calculate the area, so then this will be x plus 2, and there are 2 of them. And then if we are calculating it counting the tiles, that is x squared plus, so 2 here and 2 here, so 4x, and then 4. So this 4 was missing in each of them. So this one will also be x squared plus 4x plus 4. So then if you, so you have 2x squared, so 2x squared, you have 4 and 4, so 8x, which you already had in your equation. What you are missing is this 4 and this 4, so 8. So 8 is what you will need to get the area of your 2 blocks. Let's do next one. And in this one you can see that you have 3 identical blocks because you have 3x squared. So you divide both of them by 3 to find out what is the area for each of them. So this plus, now this is 3 will go 8 times in 24. So now you need to find out what will go here, and then basically 3 times of that will be here because there are 3 of them. So let's do that again. So there are 3. Now because we have 8x, so you split it into 4x and 4x. So 4 of them will be going on one side and 4 will be going on the other side. So you will be having x squared and then 4 of them on this side, 4 of them on this side, and then once, so there will be 16 of them, so these are 16. This is x plus 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4, and x plus 4 on this side also. So then same thing here, you will have x plus 4, x plus 4, and then you will have, so same thing here, you will have 4 of them and 4 of them, and then here also you will have 4 of them and 4 of them. So x plus 4 and x plus 4. These are x's, so you have 8 x's. So you will, so if you are saying in terms of sides, it will be x plus 4 square of that, and for all of them it's same, but there are 3 of them, so you can also say 3 times of x plus 4 and square of that. Now let's calculate the area inside. So this is x squared, and then you have 4 and 4, so 8x, and then you have 16 of them. Now there are 3 of those, so you can say 3 times x squared plus 8x plus 16 because you have 3 of those. So one of them has the area x squared plus 8x plus 16. This one will have the same, this one will have the same. So that's why we just said 3 times of that to calculate the area for all of them. You will get 3x squared, and then 3 times 8 is 24x, and then 3 times 16 is 48. So you can see you have that, you have that. The one that's missing is this 48. So 48. 48 is the number that you need to complete it to become a full block. Let's do next one. In this one, it's a messy order. So what's happening is customer is sending x square blocks and these x's, and then Optima has to sort out them into 2 blocks because you have 2 of the x squareds. So you will be making 2 blocks using all these, and then these are all ones, so the smaller squares are ones. Let's count how many they are. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So altogether you have 13 ones, 2x squareds, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 x's, which it is written here also. Then now we have to split it into 2 because we have 2x squared terms. So let's split it. So we have 6 x's here and 6 x's here. So 6 x's will be going with one of the x squareds, 6 x's will be going with the other x squareds. So let's make the 2 blocks. Now this 6 x's you'll be splitting, 3 will go here and 3 will go here. Same thing for this one. So then you have x and then 3 of those. So this is x squared, x, so 3x is here, 3x is here. So 6 x's we used for this one, and these 6 we will be using here. So now if we count, then we have 9 of them here and then 9 of them here. But so together 9 and 9 is 18, but we only have 13. So what we do is we add, so we will be needing 5 more because 18 take away 13 is 5. Now we will be needing 5 of these more. So this is how we will be doing it. So we will write down AX, and then you will write down, so you have 2 x squareds okay, and then you have 6 of them here and 6 of them here, so 12 x's. Now you have 9 here and 9 here, so 18 together. Okay, now we only had we only have 13, so this is what we decided. So this is what we decided. We only have 13, so we will put 13, but we said we will add extra 5s to make it 18. So if you are adding 5, you also have to take away 5 to keep it in balance. Now we will be putting these two together, so we will write down 2x squared plus 12x plus 18 and then take away 5. Why? Because we needed 18 blocks to make it. So now we can take this 2 out, so then we can also write this down as x plus 3 and square of that, and there are 2 of them, so we will be writing 2 x plus 3 square of that, and this extra 5, so take away 5. So our AX will be this. Okay. Let's do next one. Okay, and in this one you have 3 x squared blocks. So you have x square, and x square. Then you have 6 of the x's. So if you look at it, you will be splitting these into 3's, because these two you will use for x square, these two you will for this x square, and these two you will use for this one. Now let's count how many ones we have. So there are 10 of them. Okay, so we do not know right now how we will be splitting it. So let's make our 3 different blocks. So because you have 2, you'll be splitting it, so it just one x will go on one side and the other one will go the other side. So x and 1, x and 1, and same for this one. So x square and x and 1, x square, x and 1. So you only used 3 of them. Okay, now you have these 7 that are extra. Okay, so this is how you will be writing it down. So we will say ax equals, now there's for one of them the equation is x square plus 2x plus 1. Okay, and if we are using the side, then it's x plus 1 and square of that. So there are 3 of them, so we will do 3x squared, then 6x, and then 3. So I did times 3 because there are 3 of them. 3x squared, 3 times 2 is 6x, and then 3. So this is what we wrote down. When we have this, we only use 3, so we have 7 extra, so we will say plus 7. Now if we are writing it down like this, then this thing, then we will write down 3 times x square plus 2x plus 1 and plus 7. Then we can also write it down as this, because this is same as this one. So instead of writing this, I can write it down as 3 times x plus 1 square of that, and then plus 7. So my ax is that. So here we are. This is also your vertex form of equation. Okay, now this is your A, and this 1 and 7 is your vertex. This is the x coordinate of it, and this is the y coordinate of it. Okay, so let's do next one. Okay, and in this one, so Optima, she realized that, let's read it. So not everybody needs the perfect squares. So what we need to figure out in this one is basically we are writing these down in vertex form. Okay, so we will be completing these squares. Okay, and then we will be finding out what is the adjustments that we need to make. So because this one is just one block, so let's make it. But we have 6x, that means we will be splitting it into 3's. So 3 will go on one side, the other one will go the other side. So 6x, we have 3 of them here and 3 of them here. This is x squared. So this is x and plus 3, x and plus 3. Now if you count, there are 9 of them. okay, but you have 13. So how many extra do we have? If you subtract 13 and 9, then you get 4. That means you have 4 extra. So this is how you will write down. So this is your x square plus 6x plus 9, but instead of 13, you only need 9, so you have 4 of them that are extra. So ax equals this. Now ax, if instead of writing this down using the blocks, I can also write it down using the sides. So I will say x plus 3 and square of that, and then I have this plus 4. So this is again your vertex form, where your vertex is -3 and 4, because in vertex form the original equation is the stretch factor, and then take away h and square of that and plus k. So this is because this is negative, so we just switch the sign for it, so it will be -3, and because these two this is positive, so whatever is the sign for this we will be using that. So +4 is the y coordinate for it, for the vertex, and the stretch factor for this one is 1, which is nothing but this a. Okay, so let's do next one. In this one we have negative x's, so if we make the block, this is how it will look like. So we will have 5 of the negative x's, so that will be -x, -x, and same here. This is x squared, so x, so -1, -1, there are 5 negative ones, and this is x. So negative and negative is a positive, so these tiles here are all positive, okay, because negative times negative is a positive, and they're all together, they are 25 of them, because 5 times 5 is 25. So if we write this down, then it will be x take away 5 and square of that if we are using the sides. If we are using the inside tiles, then it will be x squared take away 10x and then 25, +25, okay. But instead of +25 tiles, we have -3 tiles. So what we do is, let me do this problem here. So this will be, we will be writing x squared take away 10x plus 25. But because we don't have positive tiles, we will take away 25 because we are adding this extra, and then you have this -3. So that will be x squared take away 10x plus 25 take away 28. This we can rewrite as x plus x take away 5 and square of that take away 28. So this is your this one, okay.